Welcome back. You're watching Business Lunch, and markets in status quo and steady movement there. Now, as we promised, let's take a look at Vinfast Auto, the automaker SPAC, which listed only a couple of weeks back, remember, has surged 700% since listing to a market cap of $200 billion, exceeding the likes of Porsche and Mercedes-Benz, but with only a fraction of their sales numbers. Hormaz, my colleague, is here on the wall to take us through all the details about this. Tell us.
Some eye-popping numbers, these for Vinfast. And as of yesterday's close, it was the third most valued auto company in the world. Now, as of closing of yesterday, the stock had a market cap of $190 billion. It crossed $200 billion intraday, but it was $190 billion, which was second only to Toyota at $226 billion and Tesla, which is way ahead at $750 billion. Now, I'd give you an example that explains the gulf between these companies. Now, last year, which is 2022, Toyota sold 10.5 million vehicles. And in comparison, Vinfast has sold only 24,000. So that explains a lot of things. Now, Vinfast went public on the 15th of August. It started trading on the 15th of August, and since then it has seen sharp swings. Now, the stock went up 250% the day it started trading, and the last three sessions has seen moves of 40%, 32%, and 19% respectively. Now, but there is a reason behind this as well. Now, the stock has extremely low float in the market, which exposes the stock to volatility. That's because 99% of the company is controlled by its founder, who happens to be Vietnam's richest man. So now, as of closing of yesterday, Vinfast is more valuable than half of the constituents of the Dow Jones Industrial Average. And I'd like to take a few names here. There's Goldman Sachs, there's Honeywell, IBM, Nike, Disney, some big names in there. Now, I mentioned earlier that it started trading after merging with an SPAC. So what exactly is an SPAC? It's a special purpose acquisition company which earlier raises funds through an IPO and then uses those funds to acquire another company. Now, there's no specific target as such as to which company they would acquire, but if they do not acquire a company within 18 to 24 months, which is the usual deadline, the SPAC is liquidated and those funds are returned back to the respective investors. Now, coming back to Vinfast, it sold 24,000 vehicles in 2022 and they are confident of selling around 40 to 50,000 vehicles this year. Now, the management has also said that the company is likely to break even, not turn a profit, but break even sometime towards the end of 2024. Now, when I say all of this, it's a lot of deja vu because this has happened before, exactly the same. Now, at the height of the IPO frenzy, sometime during late 2021, a company called Rivian Automotive came out with the largest IPO of the year. Now, shares of Rivian were priced at $78. They went up to as high as $180 within 2 weeks of listing. But the problem was that the company had zero revenue. But the frenzy was such that the stock just kept soaring higher and higher. Now, fundamentals, of course, caught up with Rivian, and the stock, as of closing yesterday, is languishing around the $20 mark. Now, we are not saying that Vinfast will meet with a similar fate, but the way the stock is moving as of now, it looks like a car without brakes. And if I was Rivian, I'd be telling Vinfast, मैं ये खेल पहले खेल चुका हूँ.
Hormaz, thanks a lot for getting us all of those very, very interesting details that is on Vinfast. And Hormaz, we trust you to continue to bring us all of these kinds of extremely, interesting data that you pick up. With that, we're going to wind down on this edition of Business Lunch. But as we do that, we're going to leave you